Hi everyone, thank you so much once again for tuning into B-Ghud's YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll discuss a few ideas for recently asked cue card questions. Elsa and Alfonsa is here again today with me. So let's move on to the first question.
Alright, the first question. Describe a time when you were stuck in a traffic jam. Okay, Abhishek, can you tell me the keywords of the question?
Right, the keywords of this question would be time, stuck, traffic jam. Okay. Time is very important. Remember, the main content of the cue card should be about the things that you did while waiting in the traffic jam.
Specifically, they've asked for a time.
Yes.
That means you have to only state an instance, not many instances together.
Yes.
Alright, Elsa, can you talk about the tense of the question?
Since they have mentioned the word describe a time you were stuck in a traffic jam, that would mean it should be in the past tense. So the entire answer should be in the past tense.
Especially the main content should be in past tense. So can we give them some ideas?
Sure.
Right, so think about certain things that you are likely to do when you are stuck in a traffic jam. Again, you could use the word traffic congestion. That is a very good word.
Yes.
Right? Like
now remember, it should not be very formal, like in the essays you can say gridlock. Okay, traffic gridlock. That is fine, but it wouldn't go with the informal way of speaking.
Yes.
Better in the essays. So coming back to
so
the ideas.
We could also talk about the things probably that we saw while we were inside the car during the traffic jam.
Yes, you could talk about what happened around. Yes. And again, you can also mention about the things you did inside the car, like listening to music. You could say, we started to listen to music. Or we watched movies in our mobile phone.
Or a conversation that they had with the family members.
Yes, the conversation we had with our family members.
Definitely.
You can also talk about, getting out from the car to stretch your legs. That again is a good thing that you can add on. So be creative. Don't place yourself in exactly the same position, but try to...
It shouldn't be like answering to the sub-questions. Rather, make up a story in a way that, okay, you were having a long journey, you were traveling from morning till the evening, and then you were stuck in a traffic jam.
That's a good point. Just talking about the journey itself. Because obviously, if you were in a traffic jam, you were on your way to some place.
Some place.
So talking about that journey in itself, maybe you were going somewhere, you had to reach there on time, but because of the traffic jam,
you couldn't reach
there.
And definitely, I think
and again, then for this, you could also make up a story like this. You could make up sentences like this. You could say you phoned the person and and spoke to them about the delay.
Yes, why you were getting late.
Why you were getting late. Also talk about the place where you were stuck in, as in where, the location.
Yes.
And the reason behind the traffic jam again
could be
the point.
It could have been a procession, or it could have been somebody's funeral,
an accident,
wedding,
accident perhaps,
accident,
yes.
Or a protest or something, political protest.
Definitely. Yeah.
Right. So that's it with the first question. This again is a recently asked question. So let's move on to the next question.
Next question. Describe a chocolate you didn't like.
Keywords would be describe, chocolate, didn't like. So you need to specifically mention about certain chocolates. A chocolate that you tasted but you didn't like.
And the tense would be in the past, because it didn't like. So it's not something that you still have.
You've already consumed it. Yes.
Consumed it and you don't like it anymore.
Now let's discuss the ideas.
Chocolate. So what could be the chocolates? You could talk about
the name of a chocolate, like
or a dark chocolate or a chocolate
or
mix.
Homemade chocolate.
Yeah.
Homemade chocolate, yes.
Yeah, like a type of chocolate could be one, or a specific brand, like let's say Bounty.
I think we both
hate Bounty.
Okay.
Right. So it depends. You can make up stories.
The reason why we hated this because of the ingredient coconut.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can also specifically talk about it.
Or you could talk about the bitter taste. Certain dark chocolates have a bitter taste.
Because this is one of the sub questions that you have. The taste of the chocolate, the reason.
But again, that comes in the description part. The main content should be about the chocolate and why you didn't like it. You can talk about the bitter taste, or you could mention about the
ingredients
inside it.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think there are certain flavors of chocolates that people don't like. Like some
For
people
instance,
don't
strawberry.
like strawberry, or even some people don't like fruits and nuts in their chocolates, or coconuts. So you can also talk about that in like
ingredients specifically, taste, maybe some kind of flavor to it. So you can specifically, whichever you don't like, you can.
Right, and then you should also add on certain points as on what you did after consuming this.
Or from where did you
Where
get
did
it?
you get it?
Ah,
Exactly.
yes, that
Was
again is
that
a point.
gift you
Yes.
got, or you purchased it?
Yes, exactly.
Right, and then you could mention that even after I spit it out, the taste was not going from my mouth, that I
It was
had to
that
wash it
strong.
several times, it was so strong. Or I consumed a lot of oil, then I had a lot of sugar to get rid of the taste. Right?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yes, and as a conclusion, you could also add in certain things. You could say, I would never recommend this to my friends. Or you could say, fortunately, my dad liked the taste of it, so that...
Yeah, you gave it to somebody else.
Yeah,
but
you could
probably
say
because
yes.
they liked it better than you did. Yeah.
That again is a point, right? So that's it with this question about a chocolate that you didn't like.
Okay. Next one. Describe a positive change in your life. Keywords.
Positive change, your life, of course. Again, remember, we forgot to tell them about this. You should first establish the topic, make it clear as on what you are going to speak. That's again very important. So first tell what change it is and then how it changed your life. Remember, don't try to bring in negativity into this question. You should always try to stay on the positive side, how it benefited you positively.
Negativity in the sense, you mean to say
To
there are
anything
no
neg-
many positive
yes,
changes in my
just
life.
like
One
that.
general sentence that
Yes.
everybody says.
Right. No, again, in the main content, if you speak, the entire thing should be about how it affected your life positively. It shouldn't be, I mean, it's better to avoid, a negative sentence. Like,
And also, it shouldn't be like listing out many positive things.
yes.
Just state one point
One
and
specific
explain
one.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
And
let's.
also it should be, if you're talking about the tense, it should be in the present tense. That is something that has happened, like that is happening in your life right now. So the change should not have been something that happened 2 months ago, or something that you want to make. It's about a positive change that has happened and it's still in effect.
right. So, again, ideas.
So that has happened and it is still.
It's still in
Okay,
effect.
that is
Yeah.
something that you have to focus because it's not completely in the past tense.
Of course, you can mention about the incident as on why you started this in the past.
Definitely, yeah.
That incident should be in the past, but the
So-
activity should be in the
Yeah.
present.
So suppose, okay, like let's just say for an example, I want to talk about exercise, and I started exercising probably because I never used to do that in the first place, and I led a very unhealthy lifestyle by eating all junk
Junk
food,
food.
and I was tired all the time, and I thought, you know what, like, I need to make a positive change in my life, and I realized that exercising every single morning will give me that, whatever
Energy,
the energy
yes.
that I need to start the day. And I started that, and I have been doing that for maybe 2-3 months, and I've been
Right.
consistent. So
And
that
the
could be-
positive effect this
Effects
particular
this
action
particular activity has done in
brought
your
into
life,
my
yes.
life. So
Right.
that could be that because I am exercising, I'm also mindful of what I'm eating,
Right, and it also helps to improve your concentration.
I'm not as tired as I used to be. I have the energy throughout the day, and this helps me to work better, to concentrate better.
Right.
performance
that's,
also
that-
improves
yeah.
automatically.
right. So,
So-
that's it about exercise. Then we can
if-
also talk about other
So,
points.
yeah, definitely. But before we go on to that, well, whatever you're talking about, like whatever instance that you're taking, make sure you talk about what used to be, as in how you used to be before this positive change happened.
Only then
and
you can show the transition, how
Ah,
it was
yes.
before
how it was
and later.
before,
Later.
and then when did you bring about
Because
the
change again is a question. I mean, it's a
Yes.
very important keyword.
It shouldn't be in a confused way.
Yeah.
Just tell what happened in the past, then state it and come back to the present.
Right.
Exactly.
Again, another idea that you can use here is getting up early in the morning. And
Yes.
then
Definitely,
you could
yeah.
say earlier I used to
Stay up all night.
stay up all night and get up really late. Really late in the morning. And then how it had impacted and how it has
You
changed your
will
life.
definitely have a reason for getting up early. Maybe
Right.
you got a new job. That can also be told as a different point
Change,
for
yes,
a positive change. When you get a new job with salary hike or
Responsibilities increases,
and
yes.
duties that you love to do, something that you're passionate about, that will have a positive change.
Impact on your life.
And since once you have the positive change in your life, you could also talk about how it has positively affected. What are the effects of that change?
Like the
for
benefits.
instance,
The
what are
benefits of it,
that?
yes.
Like once you got the job, okay, now I have a routine in my life,
life.
because before I used to just sit and watch Netflix all day and I would waste my day. But now since I
Involved
have
in
a
social
job-
media.
exactly, and now I have a routine. I wake up early in the morning, and
So the point which Abhishek told, waking up early.
Yes.
So better in time management, you can say. As
Again,
a result,
yes.
you're able to manage
Manage
your
time more effectively. I have more time during the day, which helps me to prioritize things effectively. Yes. Right. So that's it with this question about a positive change in your life.
Next question, describe a family member whom you would like to work with in the future.
Keywords: family member.
Future.
Work.
Like to work. I would like
Yes,
to work.
you'd
Yes.
like to work
The future.
in the future.
Right. Again, family member. You should specifically mention the relation. You could talk about your uncle, your aunt, your cousin, anyone.
Brothers,
Sisters.
siblings.
Yes.
And doesn't even have to be someone from your
Immediate
family.
family.
Could be a distant
But again,
family
make
member
it
as well.
clear that this person is your family member.
Yes. Otherwise, it shouldn't be like a person's name. Then what's the relationship between you and that
Again,
person?
remember, on this context, I wish to make certain things clear here. When the question is about a child or about an old person, you should specifically mention the age of that person when you state an answer, because it should be clear to the listener that this actually was an old person or a child. Right? So please bear this in mind. Okay, so let's come back to the question.
Okay, so Elsa, what is tense?
So since we are talking about the family member, that should be in the present tense, but you should also talk about why you would want to work with them in the future,
Or what would you like to do?
What you would like to do. So obviously it should have a blend of the present tense, but also talk about the future as well, because you would want to work with them in the future.
Yes. So
More
to be
concentrating
more
on the future.
Yes, to be more precise, the description of the person, the qualities, his physical appearance, everything should be in present
Personality
tense.
overall
Right. Okay.
can be talked.
So, ideas.
Why you like the person. So
First
it
of all,
could
you can
be-
talk about the person itself, as you told, the
Yeah.
skills, talents, everything
Yes.
that the person
Right.
possesses.
And then what work? You could talk about a business that you wish to start with this person.
Definitely. And also why you like the person, right? So it could be an
The
incident.
qualities as we discussed.
No,
Yes.
it could also be an incident that
Ah,
happened.
yes.
Maybe something you worked together before for like a small function or a small event, and you thought, okay, wow, we make a good pair.
Ah,
And
They
yes.
have a
That's
good
why
rapport between
Right.
them.
each
Yes,
other.
that's a good idea.
So for example, you can say if that particular person, aunt or uncle, has a IT firm and you'd like to do a project with them as an internship or something, it's like you're going to work with them in the
Yes.
future. You
To
doing-
gain certain knowledge,
Knowledge.
to understand how to work in
Yes.
that firm. Right.
So that is something you can say. So we talked about the ideas regarding business, working with them for our own professional benefit, or also you can talk about working in volunteering works. being part of
Engaging in
volunteering
yes,
works.
engaging
Doesn't have
in
to be monetary.
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Right, and again, remember, you could also mention about a nursing supervisor. Say, for instance, if you are a healthcare worker, you could talk about your aunt who is a senior nurse or a supervisor at a
Working in a
hospital.
hospital.
Or someone
Yes.
who has an NGO maybe.
Yes, that's
Social
again a
work.
there. Yes.
It doesn't have to be a profession
Always
or a career
beneficial
as
for
such.
us.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so that's it with the idea for this question. That's it for today's video. I hope this was really helpful for you. If you haven't subscribed our channel yet, please do subscribe it. I'll also make sure to pin the links for a few of our previous videos in the description box below. Also, we are open to your suggestions, feedbacks, areas that we need to improve. So if you have any other questions or doubts or a cue card that you wish that we should discuss
Particularly any cue cards if you'd
in the
like
future,
to.
you can definitely do that in the comment box below. Right, so that's it. Once again, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for
Thank
watching.
you.
Yes.